Hello everyone, this is Amrit. Welcome back to the channel. This video is the continuation of our full stack movie booking application series. And in this video, we are going to build our theater module. Okay, so without any further delay, let's jump into the code. Okay, so go to the module and inside theater folder, just create all these files. Okay. Okay, so file creation is done. Now let's go to the interface and define our interface, that is iTheater interface. Okay, so just write here export interface theater, and inside this write the parameters like ID. This is optional, and another one is name, string, location, that is also a string, logo, string, and city is also string. So these are the properties required for theater. Okay, now let's go to the model and define the theater schema. Okay, so just write here fonts theater schema, and just pass the data type here, and here just write name, that is string and required it is true, location is also string required true, logo is also string required true, city and state. Okay, now after this just write timestamp, that is true, and let's export this theater schema. Okay, okay, so model is also done. Now let's go to the service and define our services. Okay, let's import this theater model right like this. Okay, okay, so this is done. Now let's create this. Now the last one is, that is get theater by state. Okay, so here just find by using this field, that is state. Okay, so here we have to pass like this. Okay, okay, so this line will match the state. Okay, and this I indicates that the state is case insensitive. So service is also done. Now let's go to the controller and create all the controllers. Okay, okay, so just follow me. Okay, now inside this just write try catch. In the catch just next later. Okay, now inside try just write here const theater, and here just write await. Let's import the theater service first. Okay, now here write theater service dot create theater and just pass the request dot body here. Okay, I will create a validator for this. Okay, so just wait. Now here just write res dot status. Okay, so theater created successfully, data is theater and success true. Okay, Now another controller, get all theater and by ID. Okay, just right here I'm going to combine two controller inside a single controller, that is get theater by state and get all theaters. Okay, so just right here common name, that is get theaters, and here async. Send this strike. Okay, now here just first of all we have to fetch the state from request.query and let theaters. Okay, now here if state is present, then we have to find the theater by using state. Okay, so just write like this: theaters equal to theater.service dot get theater by state as string. Okay, now else if state is not present, then we have to return all the theaters. Okay, and after this just send the response to client. Theaters. Okay, so our controller is done. Now let's go to the routes and set up route for these controllers. Okay, so first of all import express. Okay, now let's import theater controller, and here we have to create a router. Okay, now just write here router.post theater controller dot create theater, and one more is get controller. Okay, get route, that is for get theaters. Okay, now let's export this route. Okay, now go to the global routes index.ts here and just write here router.use, and here theaters. Let's first import that. Okay, and pass here. Okay. Okay, so I think our theater module is also created, except one thing, that is validation. Okay, so just go to the theater validation, just open side by side, and inside. Okay, so here inside here just create export const theater schema object. Okay, and here name is required, location is also required, logo, city, state. Okay, so everything is required here. Now we have to export it like this, so just paste here and change the input, and here theater schema. Okay, so this thing is also done. Now let's go to the routes, theater.routes, and before this theater controller, before request goes to theater controller, just validate the request. Okay, so validate theater schema. Okay, so let's start our server and test it. So for the theater routes, I already have the routes created here. Okay, go to the body raw, and here I have to pass the data that are location, logo, city, and state. Okay, so just copy this, and I'm going to create a dummy data for that. So just go to the GPD and paste here and write create dummy JSON data. Okay, now just copy this and inside Postman just paste it. Okay. And if I remove this name and let's send the request. Okay. So this is a post request and send it. Okay. Yeah, I can see that name is required. Validation is working. Now let's write the name and send the request. Yeah, I can see that theater created successful. Okay. State is West Bengal. Now let's fetch the theater by using state. Okay. Okay. Before that, well, let's create one more cinema, that is Inox Cinemas, and this is also in West Bengal. Now let's send it. Okay. Now let's fetch all the theater by state. Okay. Get request. Yeah, you can see that PVR Cinemas and Inox Cinemas. Okay. So our API is working fine. Validation is also working. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we will create our show module. Okay. So thank you for watching.